Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Major Mohammed Ali Shah. I have the proud privilege and honor to be in conversation with a highly learned person and intellectual from Manipur, from the Meitei community, Assistant Professor Khangembam Romesh Singh, who needs no introduction at all. You have often seen him on television and on other public forums and expressing his views on how to bring about peace in a beautiful place like Manipur, in a beautiful state with beautiful people. And let's go straight to him. And sir, good evening and Jai Hind.
Good evening, Saifare. So thank you for having me. So for giving me this opportunity to have a conversation with you, a person like you who have been working for the country since many years. Even I think you work in the border to save the country from the enemy. So it's my great privilege to have this conversation with you.
Very kind of you to say that, sir. Thank you very much. Sir, you are so learned, and your students, everyone, your colleagues, they all talk very highly of you. You have a very, very solid reputation, in fact. Sir, according to you, and whatever you say as an influencer, it will go a long way to all our viewers who are listening, who listen to you and who take your advice seriously. So, what, according to you, could be the way forward to bring peace in a beautiful state like Manipur, sir?
Yeah, Major Shah, that is a good question. And one also needs to raise this kind of questions at this moment of crisis in Manipur. But it is also a difficult question to get the perfect, the most appropriate answer, because I think the state, by the state I mean both the union and the state government, they have been trying to take away the issue from the reality. And what I'm saying is that when we look into this crisis, how all it happened, who is responsibility, and what kind of role the government has played. When we are looking on these things, I think it seems to me that both the state and union governments are not trying to resolve this issue immediately. They are not taking seriously. They are trying to take away the issue from the reality. So for me, the way forward is to look into this issue very critically, to examine this issue very critically, and to analyze from all perspective and from all aspect. Of course, peace is required. Peace is required, but peace is not merely the absence of weapon and killing. So it is more than that. So when we talk about the peace, it should come from our hearts, not for some true from the ad hoc measure. So that kind of peace should be within the highest virtues and the highest value of humanity. So we have to look into this crisis very carefully, and we have to analyze, we have to examine this very carefully from all aspects in order to bring the solution, permanent solution, I would say, not the, to ad hoc measure. So not to happen such kind of incidents after some year, after 10 year, or after 20 year. So such kind of bloodshed should not happen in Manipur even after one generation. So we need to look into this very carefully. So, and one more thing that we have been talking about when people are talking about this issue. So dialogue is the only way forward, right? So I also agree dialogue is the only way forward. But to my understanding, I was in the ground for more than 1.5 months in Manipur. So when we talk about the dialogue, when we talk about the dialogue and peace, so it is very easy. But the difficult part is how to have this dialogue and how to bring peace. So when Union Home Minister Amit Shah visited Manipur, I think, subject to correction, he visited Manipur on 29 May, 29 May, and on 28 night, this cookie group, maybe ITLF, Indigenous Tribal Leader Forum, they have put one condition to the Union Home Minister. They were not ready to talk with Meitei. So they put a condition to the Home Minister: when you visit Chursanpur, you should not be accompanied by the Chief Minister, you should not be accompanied by any of his council of minister, you should not be accompanied by Meitei. So Home Minister agreed. She went to the Susanpur. After coming back, after he come back to the Delhi, so he called all the 10 cookie MLA, all the 10 cookie MLA to have a discussion in Delhi regarding this issue. So after that, he called all the 10 Naga MLAs to have a discussion in this regard in what is happening in Manipur. But till now, till today, I think the Home Minister is not calling all the mighty MLA, irrespective of political affiliation. He called all the 10 MLA of Kuki, he called all the 10 Naga MLA to have a discussion. But he is not calling all the mighty MLA till now. So that means they are not taking in a way to have seriously to have a proper dialogue amongst the community. So to have a dialogue, one need to take a serious role to have to bring to a mutual understanding. So I think till now, till today, the union government are not taking serious this issue. I think they are not trying to have a proper dialogue among the community of Manipur to resolve this issue.
Right. No, Doctor, you were there on ground in Manipur, as you mentioned, and I used to speak to you when you were there in Manipur. There was no
Mhm.
internet at that time. So tell me,
Yeah.
without internet, how did you do you think it was the right decision, wrong decision, or how was it without because you were there on ground without internet? How was it without functioning there without internet?
Arey, Major Sahib, it is a very, pathetic situation, and people are in a very inappropriate situation. I mean, those people who are in the relief camp, they don't have proper food to eat, they don't have proper water, they don't have proper place to sleep, and most of the women's mighty women flock, they are sleeping on the roads, on the roadside. I mean, they think that if army comes and army attack with mighty youth, then it will become a more difficult situation. So what I'm trying to say is we have already talked about the looting of the 4,000 weapons from the state police by the mighty community. I think you also aware of that, and I also aware of that. But I'm not saying I'm not defending them, but what I feel is when somebody attacks community, to a community who doesn't have any weapon, obviously it is very obvious that to try to have some sort of weapons by through any means. So when the mighty looted 4,000 weapons from the state police force, already more than 8,000 weapons has already reached Manipur from Myanmar in the hill area. So all are now armed. All the people in Manipur are armed. They are which they are roaming with arm. I'm not saying those people who are with arms are cookie. Both Meitei and cookie they are armed now. But here we need to understand. I mean, when the firing comes from the cookie side, so we have to defend ourselves. So I met many. I mean, when I was coming out from my home to Imphal, so there was a road blocked by the mighty woman, and they were trying to block Maha regiment who are coming from their camp, Maha regiment. So I also blocked. I was not allowed to go. Then I get down of my car and I spoke to the Maha regiment. So what is happening? And the officer told me that they want to go in. There is a place Itai. They want to go to Itai, and I told them why you want to go to Itai. Now there is a firing in Kojiman Tabi. So instead of going there, instead of trying to control the situation, why you want to go to Itai? So and he replied, oh, we can go over there if you allowed you if the mighty women flock allowed them to go there. So what I was trying to say is why they are trying to go in the main road with vehicle. They should try to find out some alternative way, alternative route to reach the camp to reach the bunker where parents come. They know the route. I also know the route. So I told them I can tell you the route. the most safe and the shortest route where you can control the and those group who are firing from the hill. So there is a lot of debate. People are saying that why the mighty won't block the army, Indian security forces. But my question is why the Indian security forces want to go only in the main road with vehicle. So when you are going to a war, you should try to find out some alternative, some shortest route, some safe route. So war is not just to go in the main road with vehicle. So this is one side, and on the other side, every time parents comes from the hilltop to the foothill, I went one day. I went there. I mean, at around 8:30. So when I met some people in that area in Fogdakai Ikai, so when when I was about to leave that area, parents come. So I was unable to leave that place. So I was there till 1 a.m. till 1 a.m. So this is the situation. And now everybody is affected, both irrespective of community, both Kuki and Meitei community. So I think what is happening in in Manipur is the consequences of the policies of the government. And the Indian Home Minister, the Honorable Indian Home Minister, already declared on the floor of the Parliament that there is infiltration from Myanmar. And we also know that 96 bodies, unclaimed bodies, are still there in Manipur. If you admit there is implantation from the Myanmar, what kind of action you are doing? You should take some kind of action accordingly. Suppose if it happened in Kashmir, if there is a suppose implantation from the Pakistan, ISI, so how would you react? What would be the reaction of the Indian state? What would be the reaction of the Indian people? What would be the reaction of the mainstream media? Why when you aware of the implementation in Manipur, why you are not taking it very seriously? Because trying to break Manipur is trying to break India. So this conflict is between two groups. One group who stand against the division of Manipur, then the other group who want to divide Manipur. The group who stand against the division of Manipur are Meitei, and the other group who want to divide Manipur are Kuki.
You were in Manipur during the crisis and you were there on ground zero. You were trying to bring peace from your end. You are basically based in Delhi. You teach in one of the topmost universities of the country, a very renowned, reputed university. So, since you are in Delhi, have you tried meeting and talking, a dialogue with the political leadership, with the central government in Delhi? Have you made those efforts over here, sir?
Yeah, I spoke to many people. I even met many local people as well as politicians. So they are unable to suggest any sort of thing which can be considered as amicable solution. So the main issue in this year, in this situation, is the incidents happened on 3rd May. So I'm not saying, how the incident. I'm not claiming the cookie started that firing. I'm not going to claim on that area. What is the need of this award is how to bring peace. So the issue is, in order to bring peace, so we also need unbiased approach, sincere approach from the union government, and the role of the media who are not motivated by political ideologies are required at this moment. So that approach should be unbiased. That approach should be honest approach. So what's made me wonder is that even I think day before yesterday, the Chief Minister of Manipur has also declared that there is no Article 355 in Manipur. So if there is no 355 article in Manipur, there is no impositions of the Article 355 in Manipur, why the chief of the Unified Command has been replaced? Now, chief of the Unified Command is replaced by Kuldeep Singh, a secretary advisor to Chief Minister or to Manipur. So without the impositions of the Article 45, how the chief minister can be removed from being the chief of the unified command. So I think there is something behind this all what is happening in Manipur. So government is also, I mean, state government is doing anything, powerless, because the power has been from 5th of May, the prevailing law and situations of Manipur is totally dealt by the Union Home Ministry, right? So this is the responsibility of the Union government to bring peace in Manipur, to have to find out some sort of policy to bring it to stop this firing. And India is also one of the most powerful country in the world, and they have already deployed more than 65 Indian security forces in Manipur. I mean, to control this situation. But even now, it is 4 months, 5 months. So why the India is unable to control this situation? Why they are unable to control it despite deploying a huge number of Indian security forces in Manipur? So another problem that I have to talk to many people. Now we should stop firing. We should end this conflict in this killing. And people are saying that our house has been burned down, and government is not uh, giving any sort of efforts for resettlement in that area. My house has been burned down, but I want to die. I want to breathe my last in that area where I was born. So I'm not allowed to enter that place. So I feel very hard. So I have a feeling of revenge. This is the reply from those people whom I talk about the peace. They are very angry. And another issue that I have, the declaration of the buffer zone in Pogaka Ikai, Chorbung, Kangbai, Napatangjing, etc. So the houses of the people of their area were burned down, and they have been transferred to other places in the valley. Then that area has been declared a buffer zone. That means there will be no movement from water community. But there is a free movement for the Kuki arm group. This is I have seen. There is a free movement for the Kuki arm group in that area. So on 23rd of, I think, July, three houses were burned down, one got down. On 23rd of July, so by Cookie Group. So in Tobung Sabalaikai, so in order to burn down that houses, they have to come across that border. I mean, a buffer zone. So they come across the buffer zone and they burn down some houses in the Tobung Sabalaikai. And similarly, on I think 27 or 26, I forgot the exact date, and 20 more houses were burned down in front of the BSF and other some paramilitary forces. And most of the mighty are claiming to Assam Rifle. To my understanding, not only Assam Rifle, I mean, they are not getting permission from the union, from either union government or state government to control the situation. The, they, I met one officer, one BSS officer in that area. So I was requesting him to allow me to uh, enter the place where some houses were burned down. So he told me, I can promise you to go there, but I would suggest you not to go over there. I said, why? If you enter that area, you will be shot down by the armed military. How? How they will shot down me? He was replying me that there are some cookie armed group hiding in that area. So Mike, I asked him, you know the place where they were hiding, and you know the location where the armed group are there. So why you are not trying to chase out them from the area? So he replied me, we are not getting permission. We don't have any order to do so. We are just order to what to call, to stop free movement in this area. But I forgot to ask his name. But this is a situation. So therefore, mighty people are also thinking that Indian security forces are just to protect the Kuki armed group. I'm not saying that, but this is the genuine feelings of the mighty community, because repeatedly they were burning down the houses in that buffer zone.
I understand, sir.
So,
Sir,
so, so, okay. Looking at this
please, sir.
situation, so when we talk about peace with the Metis community, I mean, we don't have the opportunity to talk with the Kuki community, but we try to talk with many Metis CSO and some local people and other government official regarding this, how to bring peace. So this is the reactions of the Metis community. They are very angry.
I understand, sir. I understand. Sir, I
Hmm.
recall that you're busy. I'll ask you one. I'll quickly conclude by asking you this question. So, what kind of a role do you think neutral parties, neutral agencies, and people, those neutral agencies I'm talking about, would be in the, so to say, in the colloquial language, if I may use the term Mayank, like, the former GOCs, former chief secretaries, former chairman ceasefire monitoring group, they are former governors of Manipur, they are former people over there who know Manipur well. What kind of a
Hmm.
role, what kind of contribution can they bring to this? I'm trying to understand. For, like, for my sake, for example, I want to genuinely contribute to
Hmm.
Manipur. And when I say Manipur, I mean my Maite brothers and sisters, I mean my Kuki brothers and sisters, I mean my Naga brothers and sisters who have thankfully shown restraint, and who haven't, and I hope not. I hope they stay out of it completely. So because I've got friends who are Maites as well, I have friends who are cookies as well. So, what role, what suggestion do you have for people like me who would be so-called Mayans? How can we contribute to bring about peace, to bring about whatever a little bit our 2 cents if we could contribute, because we are people.
Hmm. So, Major Sahab, this is very good questions. I think for people like me and you, so what we need to do is to bring out the truth, how all it happened, who is the responsible behind this. We are not the authority to resolve this issue, but at our little effort, we can try to bring out the truth, how it all happened, and who is the responsible for this, and is there any larger story behind this conflict. So that we need to bring out. So the major role should be played by the government, as I told earlier also. So here, government need to take it seriously to stop this killing. To protect the citizen of this country is the duty of the state. Right. Why the state is allowing to kill each other for more than 4 months? So, to my understanding, the government is not taking seriously about this issue. People like you and me, some other who love this country, they are very concerned about what is happening in Manipur. So, very honestly speaking, I think the union government is not doing what is right to do, and the state government is doing what was told. So fast, this kind of things should be avoided by the government. Government should think that the killing which is happening in Manipur, the people who are killing in Manipur are the citizens of this country. We have the major role. It is our duty to protect the citizen, to provide security to the citizen of this country. So you cannot provide, protection to the citizen, to the people of Manipur who are killing me over there. I can't. But we are very concerned about, through our little effort, to bring peace in this crisis. So, to my understanding, all the citizens of this country should try to understand how all it happened, who is the responsible for this, and is there any larger story behind this? Why this conflict, this killing happens for so many days?
Right, right, sir. So I sincerely thank you for your time. And before we part ways, and before I let you go, any last message, sir, from your end you'd like to throw out in the universe, please?
Yeah, I think if there is a mutual understanding among the community, I mean Kuki and Meitei community, we should try to stop this violence, and we should try to bring dialogue through our mutual understanding, and that should be areas by the states. So states should try to bring all the community, all the lawmaker of Manipur to have a dialogue. But in case if if it doesn't happen, so I'm sorry to say that I will ask all the Meitei community, never give up. You have to fight for dignity of all, because it it will become a threat to the future existence of the future generation of the Meitei community, who have been living in a very small portions of the area, and people are saying that Meitei are community, I mean majority. So my appeal to all the Meitei people: please calm down, but never give up to fight for dignity of all.
Sir, I sincerely thank you, and I have been putting in my efforts for my little 2 cents for whatever they're worth. I don't know how much worth they would carry, but I have been trying because I'm genuinely concerned. And without any narrative, any agenda that okay,
Yeah,
favoring one side. I feel for Manipur. I feel for every
yeah,
single. I feel for humanity. So people
mm,
sometimes, what happened when I'm interviewing a cookie person from the cookie tribe, somebody will write some negative comments over there. Oh, why don't you? Because it's not my problem if they haven't seen my videos on YouTube. Oh, why don't you
yeah,
get someone from the Maithei community? Why are you getting somebody from Cookie? When I get somebody from the Maithei community, somebody will say, oh, why don't you get somebody
mm,
from the Cookie tribe? So it's like
yeah,
I have interviewed Nagas as well. I've interviewed people who are neither from Manipur but have some connection from Manipur. Like the way I
mm,
am emotionally connected with Manipur. So I
yeah.
sincerely thank you for your time, sir. You've been very, very gracious. And I must say, it's always very, very nice and positive interacting with you, sir. Jai Hind,
Yeah,
sir.
but just have thank you very much for bringing such kind of platform where we can have different voices from different community. So thank you for so much. Thank you for your thought.
Thank you very much, sir.